right, it's time to see the flower progress. I honestly should have probably checked on these yesterday. I think yesterday was day 3, but I didn't have time to film, so we're gonna check everything out together. As a reminder, this is how the previous roses turned out, so hopefully these turn out pretty similar. I do want to answer a couple of questions because I've been getting them over and over, and even though I've answered them multiple times, I'm still getting comments. So where did I get the glass coffins? Amazon. I literally have it linked to the exact same place I've got the flower drying silica. I did drop this one right before the video. Somehow it did not break the glass. However, I did kind of break the door, so we might have to do an open coffin. Next, where did I get the bat scissors? The brand is Ototo Design. They were gifted to me by my best friend, but they have a TikTok here. I put it in my showcase. If you can't find it, y'all could literally just Google bat scissors and they're like the first thing to pop up. And lastly, I've had a lot of people say something along the lines of, isn't breathing in silica dangerous? And yes, if you're breathing it in every single day for years, it can cause damage to your lungs. So I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're doing it for work. And if you're doing it for work, you're probably already wearing protective gear. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but handling silica every once in a blue moon to dry flowers is very different than literally breathing it in every single day for work. So do what you want to do, but unless you're shoving your face into the silica, you'll probably be all right. If you're worried about it, just wear a mask. You guys remember what those are, right? Okay, I'm just gonna gently pour out some of the silica and I'm gonna gently take them out. I did have like a little brush. I can't seem to find it. The baby's breath is pretty much completely dry, so I'm gonna set this aside. Let's pull out one of the roses and see how it's doing. It's pretty much completely dry. I'm kind of just feeling inside here to feel how these leaves feel and to make sure it's dry actually in the middle, because I don't want to put it into a box and it still have some moisture in there, because eventually it could mold. If you're worried about that, you could keep a little bit of silica on the inside. That way, if there is any excess moisture, it'll kind of suck it up, but this is pretty dry, so I'm gonna check the others. This is where a brush would come in handy to kind of brush all the silica off these petals, but again, it's not really necessary. Another pretty dry one. I do want to say that this is about preserving the flowers, like their look, their color, their shape, and it is still normal for them to feel dried. Like, you're not supposed to have wet, soft flowers. Like, they're still, I don't know if you can hear it, they're still crunchy. If you're trying this and your flowers are super brittle and they're literally crumbling to the touch, you probably over dried them. This one is still a little soft in the middle. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. This one's also still a bit soft in the middle. I only have 2 of them that are a little bit soft in the middle, so I think what I'm gonna do is kind of sprinkle some silica in between these petals in the middle, just to help with the drying a little bit more. I don't feel like putting these all the way back in there and starting this process over again for 2 blooms, so that'll be good enough for me. Okay, so next I want to figure out exactly how I'm going to kind of arrange these in the box. I'm going to start with my baby's breath. Now we could glue these in to make it more solid. I'm just not going to do that because I feel lazy today, if I'm being honest. And then I think I want one of the roses to be standing. So let's see how it looks if I attach one of the stems. I'm gonna pick out one of the stems that kind of fits it the best, and then you should use floral wire for this. I couldn't find any, but I did have whatever this is. So I'm taking the flower and I'm just gonna stick the wire in kind of through the base. So you see, got the rose. I'm gonna trim it down a bit because I don't really want it to be this long. Then I'm just gonna literally thread it through. And I have my rose. Let's see. All right, I played around a little bit and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I may glue them down since I don't have the door for it anymore, but all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. If you try it out, let me know how yours turns out.